Okay. Hey guys, welcome to Common Coffee Drinker. Today we're going to be reviewing Wide Awake Coffee Company. It's a pretty cool company. You can find them at most of the stores, at least the stores I go to, which are just your average grocery store. This one specifically we're going to be reviewing is Seattle Style Dark, which is a darker blend. I think it might be their darkest blend that they sell. If you're just starting out on coffee, this may not be right for you. You may want a lighter blend of coffee. I prefer this. I've been drinking coffee since my freshman year of college. I've got a little bit of a taste for it. It's a really, really full taste. So if you want that full coffee taste, this may be better for you. So I just bought this box today. I've got another box in there, but I want to actually show y'all something. It's pretty cool. So they have 100% compostable K-Cups. So most of your K-Cups that you'll see are these just big plastic hunks. They really don't look good for the environment. But these things, they say they're 100% compostable, but if you look, there's this little plastic ring here. I don't know how you can compost that, but this mesh on the bottom and the paper on the top, they say can just completely decompose in the garbage, which is awesome. It's great. So I really like them for that, although I do have one small issue. I bought a box not too long ago where the mesh here actually ripped from the ring, and there were coffee grounds all over the box, inside, outside.
It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets
everywhere, which is not bad necessarily. Some people actually like to stir the grounds in the coffee itself. I'm not one of those people. I think it tastes kind of weird, but it's something to look out for. So without further ado, I'm going to make my cup of coffee. I'm going to show you a little bit of the setup that I use. It's common. I'm relatively poor and young, so I don't have a good setup, but it's good for making coffee. It's good for drinking coffee. I'm going to make just the black coffee first, sip that, review it, and then put whatever creamer and sugar that I like to put in there. So let's go. So this is my Keurig. You can see it's really the most simple design that they have. You've got the water compartment over here, the chipped mug. There's no digital dashboard or anything. This was what carried me through college, literally saved my life, because I would have just lost it without this thing. So you pop it in, close it. With that mug, you can just hit the biggest thing. These aren't really accurate. You've got your cappuccino, your, I guess, small mug, which I would think this fits the small mug category, but whatever their big size is, it really fits perfectly for this coffee cup. So I've got my freshly brewed cup of coffee, and the first thing that I noticed was the aroma. You smell it. You don't even need to come close to it. You can smell it throughout the room. It just smells like a freshly brewed, very, very bold cup of coffee. They don't skimp on the flavor. They don't skimp on the taste. It is as dark roast as you could possibly imagine it to be, and you can just smell that coming up right off the bat. So I'm gonna taste it. Whoa. I just brewed it, so I'm hoping I don't burn everything inside my mouth. That's a bold cup of coffee. Okay. Yeah, you definitely taste that it's not, they really don't hold back on this. It's, you can't taste the water in it. It tastes like genuine coffee. And that's being a little vague, I know, but there are some light roasts where you know that it's just water and coffee mixed together. You can taste kind of the watery elements of it. You don't get a whole lot of that coffee bean flavor, but this one is it's a lot. So this may be a really bad idea, but I've got my little thing of sugar here that I like to use. It's pure Louisiana cane sugar because that's where I'm from and am. So I'm gonna dump that in there. I like a lot of sugar, don't judge me. Or judge me, I don't really care, this is YouTube. And I've got my creamer. It's International Delight Cold Stone Sweet Cream. I don't like this type of creamer, but it's really all they have in the grocery store I go to. Usually I like actual cream. This is more oily. It's more of an oil-based creamer. You don't get really as full of a flavor with this one, but it's sweet, and I like to have sweet in my coffee. So you pour it in. I put a lot in there. Again, that's my preference. Everybody has their own, but yeah. By the way, all my spoons are dirty, so I've got this like ginormous ice cream spoon, and I'm just gonna, look at this. Look at this. This is young post-college living right here. An ice cream spoon stirring a coffee cup. Okay, I gotta make sure that I don't spill my coffee when I do that. So I'm at my couch now. It's not a lot, but it's a comfy couch. I got windows here. I can see downtown Baton Rouge where I am, and it's a good view. I like to do this in the morning. It's like 6 a.m., the sun's rising, drinking really good coffee, looking out the window. It's a good life. But I've got my coffee stirred up, creamer, sugar, the way I like it. It's a little cooled down even from when it was just black coffee, so I don't burn my mouth off again. So we'll see how this is. So good. So it was a little crowded with the smoky flavor, the boldness of the bean. You couldn't really taste the smokiness, but with the creamer and sugar, it came right back. And it's still a bold flavor, but I think if you're just starting out on coffee and you actually want to get a fullness to the flavor, to the coffee that you drink, this may be a better option for you. Just a lot of cream, a lot of sugar, so it doesn't blow you away with the taste at first, and that may be a better option. So part of this experiment that is the Common Coffee Drinker YouTube channel is me answering your questions that you can leave in the comment section, which, by the way, like, subscribe, comment, I'll love you for it. I have to plug it. I have to plug it. I'm sorry, guys. But so for my audience of currently one, because this is my first video, I asked my sister to send in some questions that I can answer while drinking coffee, looking outside, and kicking back with my sweatpants on. So, her first question, which I actually memorized because my phone is the camera right now. Again, this is a low budget setup. We're running on a very, very low budget, but it's okay because we're common coffee drinkers, and that's one thing that we all share, right? Is the common element of it. I'm not rich. I'm not I don't know what I'm doing. I just really like coffee, and I'm trying to review it the best I can for the people that have to buy K-Cups and, live in apartments. So her first question was, what is your favorite color? Which is really easy, it's green, but I like to think about the more philosophical elements of that. Like, for example, when some people say that their favorite color is, for example, one of the like really basic, green, blue, yellow, red, pink, whatever, but I like to look at if it's, is it a light green? Is it a dark green? Is it something like teal, which may be a green-blue shade that you don't really know what color it should be? But for me, when I say green, I've tried to figure this out before because I don't really have a life. So I've tried to think, what kind of green is my favorite green? And I don't know. I think it's more the the thought of green, the feeling of green, the purity and the nature of the color green, which may be thinking too deep into it, and it is. I'll say that right now, it is. But it's less a very specific shade, and this is just me. I mean, everybody is different. Maybe some people have a very specific Pantone that they like. I just like the aura of that green presents. Question number 2. Do you prefer coffee mugs or coffee cups, or what is your favorite kind of coffee container? I didn't really, she worded this weird, so I'm kind of paraphrasing. I will say, this is the only kind of coffee mug that I have in my apartment. It's just black. It's kind of minimalist, which is cool, but I don't really go for I don't collect coffee mugs. I don't try to buy really cool looking mugs, or the kind that spins the coffee for you, that stirs it for you. I'm not gonna spend $50 or $60 on that kind of coffee mug. I just can't do it. And as I mentioned before, I don't like to drink coffee on the go. I don't like to be quick with it. So when I'm drinking coffee, it's either going to be in a mug like this, or if I'm sitting down in a cafe, I'm going to enjoy my coffee. I'm not in a rush. I don't have anywhere to be. So, you know, in terms of the portable coffee containers or whatever, you know, those like little paper cups that you get on the go, I've tried that. I enjoy the coffee significantly less when I'm running around the city trying to go somewhere and drinking it at the same time. It also, your chances of spilling the coffee on yourself are markedly higher when you're just running around everywhere with your hot coffee. Just saying. Third and final question, and this was, I don't know why she asked me this. It's really weird, all over the place, but I'll answer it anyways because I'm a good brother. Have you ever touched a walrus, and would you touch a walrus if given the chance? I don't know how she thinks of these things, but no, I've not touched a walrus. I'd like to meet the person who has, because who's going around touching walruses? Who's the walrus toucher? I don't know. How do you do that? But no, I've never touched a walrus. I'm scared to death to think of that because they've got the giant tusks and whiskers, and I don't know, they're like seals, but like Pokemon seals. So if given the chance, probably not. I probably wouldn't touch a walrus. I don't know. I mean, no, I've never touched a walrus. I would never touch a walrus. Have y'all touched a walrus? Has anybody in the comment section touched a walrus? And if so, how did you do it and where were you? I'm genuinely very curious because I want to know, is there a strategy to it? Or where do walruses live? Was it in a zoo? Was it in a contained environment? Or is it like Louisiana where you just see an alligator and you're like, I don't know, I gotta go touch it. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I certainly did. If you want to buy it, it's in most grocery stores. Wide Awake Coffee. This was the Seattle style dark. Really good with creamer and sugar. If you prefer to go it alone and just drink black coffee, it's good that way too. It's a really, really solid brand, solid coffee. Watch out for those compostable K-Cups. They can really get everywhere. Look in the box, make sure one didn't explode in the box. Like, comment, subscribe. I will love you forever. And until next time, keep drinking, common coffee drinkers.